Welcome back to the channel where TV nostalgia meets financial scrutiny, but in a good way. Today I'm diving into one of the great mysteries of the 1950s, sitcom economics. Were Laverne and Shirley really that broke, or were they just sitcom broke? Could they have more money than they needed? I mean, 2 full-time workers, not many expenses? Let's find out. I can explain. Paul here, actor, former radio host, and part-time budget detective for fictional sitcom plots. It's something to do. All right, today I'm cracking open the books on America's favorite bottle cappers to find out if their poverty was plausible or just played for laughs. And before you blast me on the numbers, all my info comes from historical wage, rent, and price data from federal and state records. So Laverne and Shirley worked at Schott's Brewery, right? Screwing caps on beer bottles all day. Dignified? Not really. Honest work? Absolutely. In real-life 1950s Milwaukee, a factory woman earned around $60 to $70 a week, maybe less. It's like $300 a month, or $3,600 a year. Combined, the girls were pulling in roughly $6,000 or more before taxes. All right, the grocery list: canned spaghetti, check. White bread and jelly sandwiches, check. Milk and Pepsi, check. And also why? That's for a different video. Now let's look at the expenses. Rent. That basement apartment in Milwaukee would have run them about $70 a month, utilities included. So right off the top, about a quarter of their paycheck was gone. And in food, maybe $30 a month on groceries. And you're halfway to the bottom of the beer barrel. Transportation, probably public, sometimes on a bike. And then, of course, there's those nasty, weird pop-up expenses.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Anyway, here's the twist. Our girls weren't destitute. They kind of had a nice chunk left over. Yeah, I didn't count taxes yet, but remember, they ate free a lot at the Pizza Bowl because Laverne's dad owned it. And dates, too, yeah. Yet they were always needing money. Broke. The sitcom way characters are broke until they need to fly to Hollywood or matching bowling shirts or get hypnotized into thinking that they're ballerinas. Yeah, we've all been there. Huh? All right, look, they had steady jobs, low rent, cheap food, and apparently zero savings, but they got by. So what does all this mean? Do they have plenty of money, or were they just cheap, or not? Before I give the financial tally, please subscribe and yell hello as you bust through the door. So what's the final verdict? Laverne and Shirley weren't as poor as they seemed. Unless I'm missing some expense. Oh, they were broke. TV broke. The kind of broke where you can't afford to eat out, but still own a couch, a TV, a record player, and some weird things along the way. And boo kitty. All right. In Milwaukee, working class 1950s, 2 single women in a male-dominated workforce, they did okay. They stretched their $6,000 a year into laughs, friendships, and one truly horrifying beverage combo. In other words, they probably had a bit more left over at the end of the month than they let on sometimes. And that's okay. And yes, I know it's just a TV show, but that's what auditing sitcom economics does for you. All right. Titus Caps in Wisconsin at Schott's Brewery. All right. You like this breakdown? Don't forget to subscribe. Join me next time when I investigate whether Fred Flintstone made enough on a prehistoric quarryman's salary. All right. Maybe that's a bit over the top. I'll think of something. Until then, budget wisely, and may your cola to milk ratio always be finely tuned. Yuck.